Hello there, Lynx here, and this is a return of a series that we played very long time ago, because in 2019, interview with Kaziklu Bey from this irae franchise. Well, the first game was one of my favorites. The second one we had to put the brakes on, because that's what the dev wanted. Now they kind of kissed any sort of activity, so who knows, but I've seen a lot of people actually uploaded the whole thing in the past, and I'm like, you know what, let's make a comeback. So we'll continue. The past, I think 8 episodes, of course, covered quite a bit of story. We are not going to be jumping it freshly to it. If you haven't seen that, there is always playlist either in the description or in the top right corner. And I bet it will sound a bit different compared to what it sounds now. I bet it will be a bit different to what it is now. I imagine I improved a bit over the time. Anywho, let's just get to it, shall we? Kansa, by the way, that would be voiced. Dina wanted to know more about Claudia's state at the time. Wilhelm, still seated across from her, nodded with a wry grin on his face.
ああ、考えてみりゃ当たり前のことだった。日の光が毒になるような身のくせに、あいつは日中歩き回っていたからな。しかもきっとガキの頃から。
I love the fact, by the way, it's voiced. Less work for me, sort of.
医学には詳しくねえけどよ。あの時点で生きてるのがむしろ不思議だって話もうなずけたぜ。天意っつうのな。元は皮膚だが、そこから筋肉、骨、内臓に広がりすぎてるからどうにもできねえ。いわゆるサジを投げられた状態だ。曲がりなりにも歩いて話して飯食えてたのが奇跡みたいなもんだったんだろう。
外見上分かるような点はなかったの？
ねえな。さすがに鼻でも落ちてら別だったろうが。
True.
そういう分かりやすい記号は見当たらなかった。いや、隠していたのかもな。
Might have been good at that.
基本露出の少ねえ格好だったし、顔以外の見えてるところは包帯巻いてた。その取り替えには何度か付き合わされることもあったが、ヤバい部分は見せないようにしてたんだろう。あいつは女で甘さんだからな。多少コソコソしててもおかしいなんて思わねえ。
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
それでも俺が鈍感だったのは確かだがよ。
Spread out on the sofa, he laughed at his past self. But even if he'd been more perceptive back then and noticed it earlier, not much would have changed. After all, Wilhelm didn't care if there was something he could do to help her. He wouldn't have done it regardless. Dina already knew him well enough to understand it. With that in mind, she continued to the interview.
だけど、あなたたちにはそれを取り除ける技術があったんじゃないかしら。魔術の力をもってすれば、不治の病といえども関係ない。そうじゃないの？
確かにな。けど例えばそこのレコーダーだが、あんた一人で一から作れるか？
Makes sense. It's like with this meme, you know. Oh, we have electricity, mobile phones, and so on. How do you make that? I don't know.
技術を使うことと授けることは違うぜ。黒煙卓の神秘を握ってるのはあくまでもメルクリウスで、あいつの手がなけりゃ魔術の訓導もクソもね
え。There is also that, yeah.
かといって俺らの中に他人を癒してやれるような力を持ってるやつはいなかった。ヒーリングとかあるだろう。あんなの無理な相談だぜ。
そういう渇望の持ち主でもない限り
だな。向いてねえんだよ、どいつもこいつも。
The Obsidian Table was a group of wartime soldiers and madmen who sought power. It was unnatural for their souls to lean strongly toward destruction. That is pretty much true. Well, they would still heal over time, and definitely at a faster pace, but yeah, there was no healers all over there, right?
でもルサルカ・シュベーゲリンは独自の魔術を収めているはずだったわよね。だったら彼女にクラウディアを救うことはできなかったのかしら。
Also not that kind of magic.
末期がんを克服するほどの神秘は魔女の手に余ったということ？
あんたそれ本人の前で言ってやるよ。きっとキーキーわめきやがるだろうから見てみて。
And also, well, if you think about it, she was only thinking about herself, so I doubt she would want to help, unless there would be something in it for her, I guess.
あいつはそういう小物っぽいところがあってな。仮にやれたとしてもただじゃ動かねえんだよ。
Dude, I remember this stuff.
見返りにクラウディアの所有権を要求したり？
ああ、きっとおもちゃにしやがるだろう。
だからあなたにその気はなく、カール・クラフトに頭を下げるつもりもない。
そしてもともと俺はクラウディアを助けてやろうなんて思っちゃいねえ。
That was the gist of it. The vampire wanted to make her crave life and kill her the moment she screamed she didn't want to die.
迫るタイムリミットは諸刃の剣ね。クラウディアの心を揺さぶる効果の代わりに、あなたもチャンスが少なく失敗できない。ギャンブル的と言ったら不謹慎になるけれど、勝算はあったのかしら。
I mean... Who knows?
賞賛？ふん、賞賛ね。
Probably he didn't, given how it was working for him.
あなたが盛しく手を尽くすタイプじゃないことくらい分かってるけど。
From what he'd told her, Dina assumed that bringing Claudia to fights and exposing her to violence wasn't nearly enough to instill a fear of death in her, and so she figured Wilhelm had reconsidered his course of action. Claudia had been dancing with death since the earliest of her days. As such, no normal means had a chance of facing her.
私なりにクラウディアを分析していいかしら。きっと彼女はとても自由で幸せに貪欲な人なのね。アルビノに生まれても月の光だけじゃ足りなかった。暖かそうだから、輝いているから、そこが楽しそうだと感じたから太陽の下にも出ていった。彼女が言う良きところという光を求めて。焼かれる痛みも恐怖もあったでしょうけど、クラウディアには幸せの方が大きかったから気にしなかった。思うに例の半分うんぬん言うのはきっと。
You might be right.
それのせいだろうな。俺も後になってだが、そうじゃねえかと思ったぜ。
She'd subdued her pain with pleasure and numbed her fear with joy. There were differences in extent and situation, but that mentality wasn't all that unusual. However, Claudia had taken it to the absolute extreme. She was such a glutton for happiness that her bliss outweighed the excruciating pain and fear for death. Of death.
でも彼女はバカじゃない。狂っているわけでもないし、自分が何をやっているのかくらい分かっている。だからこう思ったんでしょうね。こんなことをしているのに、あまり怖くない私はどこかがおかしいのかな。やっぱりノアの子だから半分でいろいろ足りてないのかもしれないと。確かに普通じゃないとは言えるでしょうけど、本質は不足じゃなくて逆に過剰。彼女はそこを見誤った。
I guess. That was exactly what Wilhelm had realized, that Claudia's soul had a powerful shine to it. It was mostly his intuition at the time, but he didn't miss the mark. She'd had an excessive craving for the light, but assumed that she wasn't a full person. Thus, if the conditions were right, she could ascend even higher.
興味深いわ。できれば会ってみたかったくらい。分析、もう少しあるけど続けていい？
Wilhelm shrugged and signaled for her to continue. Dina thanked him and downed the last of her kiss in the dark. A drink. Her parched throat now quenched, she continued.
おそらくあなたと出会った前後のクラウディアは少しネガティブになっていたんだと思う。
Mm-hmm.
戦争や失礼、あなたのような危険人物に関わってもよしとしたのは人並みの恐怖を感じたかったからなんでしょう。
Okay.
寿命が尽きかけているのを自覚して焦りがあったのかもしれないわね。もう時間がないからたとえそれが絶望でも半分じゃないものが欲しい。
Makes sense.
生涯に人並みの何かを得られるなら死の瞬間でも構いませんだったかしら。この時期における彼女ならあなたにとっても都合が良かったけど彼女の真実はそこにない。クラウディア・イエルザレムという女の子は光を求めていたんだから。
Mm-hmm. She wanted to give rather than take, rise rather than fall, and love rather than cry.
同じノアの子、半分しかないあなたに恋を教える。素敵な選択ね。がぜんその方がらしいと思う。強く、激しく、恐ろしいビルヘルム・エーレンブルグ。出会った当初のあなたはクラウディアにとって一種の理想だったのかもしれない。この人は自分にないものを持っているからその糧になることで答えを得られそうな気がしていた。
Interesting.
でもそれは本当に自分から彼にしてあげられることはないのだろうか。それをせずに私は良きところへ行けるのだろうか、と思っていた時に典型が降りる。
She found her light when Wilhelm revealed that he too was half a person. Dina formed a smile.
失言だったと後悔した？
いや、ミスったのは事実だろうが嘘を言ったわけじゃねえからな。あれはあれでなるべくしてなった展開だと思ってる。
Claudia would become Wilhelm's first love, and by making up for what he lacked, she too would be fulfilled. The satisfaction would make the child of Noah ascend and allow her to enter her final rest peacefully.
あの時あいつが夢見た筋書きはムカつくことによくできてたよ。頑張りゃどうにかなるもんでもねえし、そもそもあまり頑張りたくない気にさせられる。ハイドリヒ教の僧侶として破壊の愛は体現したい。それは必要なことだと分かっちゃいたが、どうにもこう俗すぎる上に生々しくてな。
恋は努力してするものじゃないからね。
It isn't. I think it is kind of as well.
そういうことだ。何にしろ俺流のアレンジ、解釈は必要だと思ったよ。それに言ったと思うが、気に食わなかったからな。喜びの形は人それぞれなんて言葉で流すほど俺は達観しちゃいねえんだよ。
But well, I guess everyone has the unique way, right?
これが例えばマキナのように死こそを求めてるんならごちゃごちゃ言わねえ。アホな野郎だと思いはするが、要はベクトルが違うだけだ。陰ながら祈るくらいはしてやるよ。
Okay.
けどあいつはクラウディアは死にたがってるわけじゃねえんだ。他に気が向いてるから二の次以下だが、できれば死にたくないと思ってる。
Which absolutely made sense, right? Wanting to live. Exactly, if it was possible. Wilhelm just couldn't tolerate the lack of commitment.
優先順位だ。生きるも死ぬも全ての意志はそこに向かわないと生き物じゃねえ。夢が叶えば死んでもいいなんて抜かすやつは5万といるが、実際に死ねるやつがいるわけねえし、いちゃいけねえんだよ。
Yeah.
俺はそう考えてる。だからクラウディアを正々と死なせはしないと誓ったのさ。
I mean, yeah, what you're saying makes sense. You wouldn't mind dying if your dreams came true. It's a ridiculous statement. He'd intended to kill her after making her beg and cry for life.
そんなあいつに咲かせられたら、まあ、俺は愛せるかもしれないと。先の賞賛云々だが、客観的には分が悪いと自覚してたよ。だが、やれると確信もしてた。
どうやって？
Wilhelm cracked a self-degrading grin.
言っただろ、そうせくなって。話はむしろここからだ。カチンの件を境にして俺らの関係性ってやつが動き始める。だからか、よくわかんねえこともちらほらあったな。
Dreams.
具体的には夢とかよ。
What dreams?
夢？それはどういう？
まあ、ともかく続きを始めよう。だがその前にやっぱり酒が足りなくなったんじゃねえのか？
No worries, no worries, I have tea.
そうね。よければもう一杯。うん。今度は私に作らせて。
そりゃまたどうも。じゃ
Ah, he was still spoke. Sorry, Wilhelm, please don't hunt me down. As Dina stood up and headed for the counter, Wilhelm whistled a cheery tune. A cheery tune. Angel in the Rosencrantz. In a moment shorter than the blink of an eye, in a slumber deeper than the oceans, I saw a dream. There was neither peace nor bliss. Even the feeling of discomfort it could potentially have given me had died and decayed aeons again. After all, I already knew everything. I had repeated this moment for what might have been an eternity, that I knew it would continue forevermore. I was already tired of it, and the present moment, devoid of anything fresh, tired me even further. To me, all of the creation was akin to the flow of mercury. It occurred in a single place, bearing the same form without an end or a purpose in sight. Hoping to find a shift in focus, I had attempted all that could come to mind, yet I never managed to change anything. Ever unchanging and ever present, the foreknowledge continued to ridicule my struggle. Wait, this is Mercury. Mercurius, I mean, but... An unknown phenomenon, a new development. All of existence seemed to be devoid of anything I had yet to experience. Ravaged by a profound sense of resignation, despair, madness, my ever-repeating coagulated universe was closed away from all else. I yearned for someone to destroy it, but no one below me was capable of stopping the emanation of my foreknowledge. This law, weaved from Mercury, was viper-like and undying, throned in all the vertices. It was utterly unmatched, leaving it without an enemy to name. Thus, I wished to discover a match for myself, an equal worthy of lording over creation aside it. I wanted them to end me, to bring me salvation in the form of the unknown. Earnest and eager, I madly hoped for someone like that to step forward. I could not let myself die until that wish of mine became reality. Passing cycle after cycle, I wandered my world while dreaming of my desired conclusion. That was my lowly day-to-day life. I had yet to find a single sign of salvation, yet I was still unable to end my struggle. Trying and testing all I could perceive, I continued accumulating nothing but foreknowledge. One day, I was visited by a guest. He arrived like a shade and presented me with a question. Oh, okay, it was not Mercurius. Mercurius arrived right now. Alright, got it. He's the leader of them all in the end here. That was speaking about the dream, I guess. I mean, they were kind of similar in all of the aspects of foreknowledge and whatever.
繰り返す自然の現象に過ぎない。
ほう、生理ではなく。
しかり自然だ。さっきの例えは単なる慣用句としての意味しか持たない。実のところ私は食事も排泄も睡眠さえも必要としないのだ。
We'll do a little bit of that.
近く感じる概念
Oh
を
yes,
知り
now we are talking.
真似事を試みたことも過去にある。例えば血を吸い、下等生物を吐き、土に眠るナハツェーラー、早すぎた埋葬、動く屍というような。それらしく振る舞うことはできるものの、総じて空虚な経験だった。かぶりたいと思う皮ではないし、事実かぶれる。私は私のまとうべき衣を知らない。
だから答えを求めているのか。お気持ち重々察しよう。さぞかし苦しくあったろうな。期待はしていないと言われたが、いやいや、それは違うだろう。御身は強く欲しているはず。世に名だたる鉄人、剣人、芸術の大家もいれば、軍事の天才や聖人指定された者さえいる。果ては魔術師などといううろんな山師の類まで。我こそ地の巨星なりと世に歌い、また歌われた者たちへ御身は問い続けてきたのだろう。それが救いを求める巡礼の旅でなく、何だというのか。ああ、その遍歴は知っていると思う。御身の記録は確実なところで1000年もの昔から残っている。東大一の知者とされる者を訪れ、問いかけていく永遠の放浪者。彼は答えられぬ者に死を与え、また終わらぬ方向を続けるという。そして今、私の前にやってきたのか。なんと奇遇なこともある。
Probably a coincidence you expected to happen for.
告白すれば実は私もアハスベールの類なのだよ。どちらが元かは不明だがね。御身の伝説に私が乗ったのかもしれないし、逆かもしれない。まあ、いくらか混在しているのは確かだろうな。
それでだからどうしたという。お前の言葉が真実だとして何も状況は変わらない。私の自然も変わらない。
Kind of correct.
お前は結局答えられず、私は死を与えるだろう。そして再びさまよい歩く。問いかけ問いかけ問いかけ続け、得られず得られず殺し続ける。
Habit.
もはやああそうかとも思わない。どうやらそれが私の習性らしい。そうした毛色の現象なのだと私は私を定義している。
だがそれを何と呼ぶのかわからぬと。ならばこちらからも一つ聞こうか。なぜに御身は死を与える？問うことと死なせること、並べて一つにせねばならぬ理由が見えない。原初の記憶は失望か？御身は自身が死ねぬから死を持つ者たちが妬ましいのか？
違うな。私にそういった感性はない。ただそうせねばならぬと思っただけ。これは死すべき事象であると確信しただけ。よって私も例外ではない。お前は私を不死者のごとく評したが、的外れだと言っておこう。彼らと同じ鉄を踏めば、この身も等しく滅ぶのみ。魔術師よ、地を持つ者よ。 万象は水銀の流動に過ぎず、すべてが基地であるとお前は言ったな。であればその証を見せるがいい。お前が方向の果てに私の求める答えを得ているのなら、すでに知っているというなら、と王、私は一体何なのだ。
それは至極簡単なこと。
We're aligned, so I understood him. This entity and I were very close in nature. I finally recalled that beings like him used to exist at some point, and supposed that this was my responsibility to take.
自然と自ら言っていただろう。近く感じるものを知り、その真似事をしたが空虚だったと言っただろう。答えはそこに。何も難しくないものだ。親はこの服を着れない。自覚されよ。順序が逆になっている。
My answer would also be a task to this dear child of mine. I would see if the truth I presented him would make him paint an unknown that should be my salvation. I would test his caliber and see if he was worthy of becoming a performer on my stage. After all, it was still rather barren, devoid of actors, and I wished to see if he was worthy of standing on it. Earnest and eager, I madly yearned for and pled for him to be my savior.
御身は闇。あまねく夜の巫女を生んだ暗闇の父だ、メトシェラよ。
I don't think anyone used this name in the past, or in the first game. At least I don't remember, but again, it's been a moment, but I don't really remember. Methuselah. Ah, what a laughable, pitiful entity I was. His expression stiff with shock was one that I already knew. How trifling, how dull. My universe was still an ever-recurring flow of eternal mercury. Please, someone, anyone, annihilate this for knowledge. Where are you, O actor of miracle? I beg of you, come and close the curtains of my journey. Who knows, maybe there is something like that. You can find out in Desire Amantes. We played it in the past as well, before interviews with Kaziklu Bey, actually. Again, in the description of the playlist, a lot of episodes. I was in a daydream, a lucid one. At that, it had color, sound, smell of the whole arrangement. It's like a sea of blood, right? I would assume. We are probably with Wilhelm right now, I would say. Thought, to be fair, it can be anyone, if it's about blood, I guess. Any single from the round table of theirs. Unless we talk about the powers and so on, that I guess Wilhelm makes sense, given he was a vampire, right? It came out nowhere and showed me stuff I didn't care to see. Following the events at Katyn. I totally did not read it how it is actually spelled out. I'd started experiencing them pretty damn frequently. Katyn. This was one of the dreams. Oh, Helga? I think. Wait, was it Helga?
本当にバカな女ね。しなしなかまと食べっちゃってさ。
If you refresh, basically Wilhelm's mother.
ねえビル、あなたもそう思うでしょ？まったく呆れてうんざりしちゃうわよね。
同感だが、てめえと愚痴に花を咲かせるつもりはねえよ。
We were in a blood-stained garden of roses. This red world was the main station of my mindscape. Helga was... I remembered correctly, let's go. Helga was grumbling on and on about Claudia. Ridicule, disgust, hatred, scorn. She felt only negative things about the nun. The two were hopelessly incompatible.
毒吐きてえなら一人で勝手にやってろよ。いちいち俺を巻き込むな。どうせてめえは俺が目の前にいようがいまいが。
だってあの女つくづくどうしようもないじゃない。酔いすぎだし浸りすぎだし、そもそも自分勝手だし。愛されるのは祝福で、愛することは罪深い？寝言言ってるんじゃないわよ、気持ち悪い。そういうのはね、一般に卑怯者って言われるのよ。
I'm kinda with you on that. Right? It's not only about... what do you say? Only about one of those feelings, right? If you want to be loved, you should also love, sort of. Then again, she's a nun, so... Where is that little problem? By the way, what a waste for Claudia being a nun, right? What a waste.
だってそうでしょ。要するにあいつは自分一人だけ、綺麗な顔して生きたいだけ。汚れるつもりも苦しむつもりも醜いところを見せる気もない。覚悟がない。ないのよ、ない。血を流す気がないくせに欲しいものは取ろうとする。傷を刻みつけるだけ刻みつけてさっさと逃げるつもりでいる。呪いがどうこう言うのならそれこそ呪いという話でしょうよ。そんなあいつが私のピルを許せない、殺したい。でもあんなやつは欲しくない。
Okay.
邪魔ね。邪魔なのよ。バラになんかしてやるものか。消えろ消えろ。私たちの前から消えてしま
Whoa. I didn't know that. Wait, what she said right now? Seems like every kill is a new rose, I guess. That's interesting. I don't think it was mentioned previously.
だからてめえは。
How the fuck did I end up dealing with two dumb butchers who couldn't hold a proper conversation? Helga's hate of Claudia was bordering on a deep-seated grudge level. I did agree with her on some points, but listening to her talk about it wasn't my idea of a good time. Hell, I even found her a bit dangerous. After all, the fact that she strongly intended to reject taking in Claudia was a huge problem for me.
ねえビル、あなたも同じ気持ちよね。
I had no choice. It wasn't like me, and I definitely didn't want to do it, but I had to soothe the hysterical bitch before me.
お前、あいつをバラにしてやらねえと言ってたな。つまり、ここに咲いてるもんが俺の奪ってきた魂なのか?
Oh, so... Wow, even he didn't know that. Interesting. So it was not mentioned before. Got it.
ああ、その通りよ。そして私はみんなのお世話をするのが仕事なの。
Well, the change in tone, it's so amazing. Honestly, Japanese VAs are... wow. Different level.
お水をあげたり話しかけたり、きれいに見栄えを整えたり、とっても大変なんだから。あなたに喜んでもらいたくて、私はいつも。
Like right now and earlier when she was angry, like two different people.
そりゃどうも。感謝してやるから話の続きだ。
I was able to divert her attention, so I just had to keep control of the conversation before she started babbling again. Not to mention the fact that there actually was something I wanted to ask.
こいつらはどこに行く? つまりその、俺に使われた後のことだ。消費してるのは間違いねえし、魂の増減も知覚してる。だが目で見たわけじゃねえから具体性がないんだよ。俺が使ったバラは枯れるのか、お前はそれを捨ててるのか。だとしたら一体どこに?
Claudia had talked about where souls go, and it made me curious too. Of course I wasn't being sentimental, and it wasn't like I was planning to do anything with that knowledge. But I wondered about it because it had never really crossed my mind before. There was nothing more to it, and yet...
知らない。特に興味もないし、どうでもいいことなんじゃないの？あなたが私を求めるとき、ここでこの子たちを食べてるけど、お腹の中がどこに通じてるかなんてわからないわよ。
You eat the roses.
それがそんなに気になるなら、もう一度咲いてみる？昔やったみたいにばっくりと。
Another story from the past. As she stuck out her chest towards me, I heaved a long sigh.
いい。めんどくせえよ。さっさとしまえ。だがなるほどな。腹ん中までは知らねえか。
Stuff eaten by a normal animal would eventually get shed out, become soil and repeat, but the natural cycle didn't apply to this place. Souls were a vague thing to begin with. Trying to find something certain about them seemed like a complete waste of time.
消えるのか、去っていくのか、それとも別のもんに変わるのか、あるいは帰るだけなのか。
The fact that the nature of souls was uncertain made all those ideas as plausible as each other, and if there was another thing to say about all of this...
これは罪深いっていうやつだな。
I wasn't buying what the church was selling. Understandable. Nor did I like talking about it, but if their God actually existed, and he was the one who decided where souls went, we're basically intercepting the flow. I had no idea what happens to them after we consumed them, but as long as we kept them inside ourselves, they couldn't go anywhere else. Then, if you looked at it from a different perspective, it seems like a way to become a god. After all, we created small-scale worlds that deviated from the established laws. They were the places we sought, the afterlives we believed in, our better places, sanctuaries. With that in mind, it seemed possible that if perfected, it could crush the law of the old god. I found the idea hilarious. How could they not laugh? I mean, if it felt both stupid as hell and actually plausible, with Mercurius being the one who set it up and Lloyd Herdrich being the one who was putting it into practice, it just didn't seem all that weird.
活動形成創造か。なるほど、確かに並べてみればそれくせえ。
はあ。
だったら俺らは一人一人が小さな神か。ああ、それならお前の言うこともあながち外れちゃいないわけだ、クラウディア。
God was inside each of us, beyond the light we were seeking. Despite not being taught the idea by anyone, she had a philosophy that suited us.
ねえ、ビル、何が面白いの？
気にすんな。お前には関係ねえ話だよ。
However, there was a certain truth that she's missed. Cravings were split into transcendences and hegemonies. Hegemonies like myself and Lord Heydrich expanded as we consumed other lights. We were like war, in a sense, and war crushed all who did nothing but waste time on lip service.
だからクラウディア、お前は俺のものなんだ。
I would never allow her to escape. I'd do everything to take her. Helga was complaining again, but I didn't give two shits about that. As a hegemony, all I had to do was move forward and crush everything in my path. There was no need for me to consider what of this bitch or that down foot. Kind of correct about that, I guess. Kind of. Whoa.
Bey.
Too much light. Too much light. Let's cut it here. That was definitely interesting. Dude, it's good to be back to irae. I'm glad I'm doing that. We have to finish this. And see what exactly is hiding behind the interview with Kaziklu Bey. Wait, I only have one thing on the wishlist, and that is a soundtrack. Okay, that is a soundtrack. All right, as I said, let's end it here, and tomorrow we'll sit to another episode. We'll see what our lovely blonde companion with who Bey does not really get along with, what she wants and so on, and we'll see what else we are going to learn here. For now, hope you enjoyed this little comeback. If you have not watched the previous videos from the Irae, either the first game, Until Someone Tells, or, well, this one, interview with Kaziklu Bey, feel free to check out those videos. And, you know, while you're at it, like them all. And like this one, of course. That definitely would be helpful. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. That's right. I know there's a lot of like small games on the channel, but we sit from time to time to the bigger projects. The Irae definitely was one of those. I really want to bring more big projects to the light still. Because lately most of the games were like indies, right? Like absolute indies. Made by like a couple of people. I really would like to sit to something bigger. With that being said, also you can tell me if you played those games yourself. I'm curious. Also, have you watched the anime? Well, we should not talk about anime. I know. Games are way better, by the way. Anime was... Well, if you didn't really play the game, I would say you might be in hell of a mess. Also, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram in the description if you don't know stuff. I'm there. You can follow me if you want. That's it. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.